Welcome to Breaking 70, Race Against Father Time, Chasing Dreams and Defying Time with Brian Bailey. Welcome back. This is episode 3 of Breaking 70, Race Against Father Time. This is Brian Bailey. And I am still sidelined due to my back injury. It hurts a whole lot as I'm trying to record this today. Not an ideal start for a new series, but hey, there is a silver lining. My rehab starts in about 2 weeks. The doctor says I'm recovering fairly well. It may even be cleared to swing about the same time as my rehab starts. So hopefully videos of out on the golf course will be coming soon. Until then, we'll keep laying down the groundwork by focusing on knowledge and techniques that will be key to our training in the series. Today's topic, one of the most critical and often overlooked aspects of short game and putting, distance control. Why distance control matters. Distance control involves two main factors, rhythm and timing, and length of stroke. I use rhythm and timing kind of together. Whether you're rolling a putt or executing a delicate chip shot, rhythm is your best friend on the golf course. When it comes to a short game, consistency is king, and the secret sauce to consistency is rhythm. Both putting and chipping rely on smooth, repeatable motions that revolve right around a 2-to-1 ratio. This means your backswing should take twice as long as it takes to your forward swing to finish. Let's talk about why distance control matters. Distance control involves two main factors, rhythm and timing, and length of stroke. Whether you're rolling a putt or executing a delicate chip, rhythm is your best friend on the golf course. When it comes to short game, consistency is king, and the secret sauce to consistency is that of rhythm. Both putting and chipping rely on a smooth, repeatable motion that revolves around roughly a 2-to-1 ratio. This means your backswing should take twice as long as your forward swing. Let's break this down a little bit further. Studies show that elite players maintain a 2-to-1 rhythm in their short game. This creates a smooth, controlled motion that's easily replicated under pressure. Think of rhythm as the heartbeat of your stroke. Without it, your short game can quickly become unpredictable. In fact, many common issues, including the dreaded yips, can often be traced back to poor rhythm. When players accelerate outside of their natural timing, it leads to poor contact, inconsistent results, and a lack of confidence. That's why rhythm is the foundation to great distance control. Finding your rhythm, we're going to use a cool game outside of the metronome. We're going to use something called syllables. I know many of you probably use metronomes to provide some sort of cadence for you to work on your timing and rhythm of your stroke. I find it very hard to sync up the start of my stroke with a metronome, so I found a better way. I use syllables. That's right. Everyone go back to their English classes from when they were a kid. The key is to find a word that matches your natural rhythm. A 1, 2, or 3 syllable word works the best. Let's talk about how it works. For a 2-to-1 rhythm, pick a syllable word that you like. For me, I'm going to say donut. Look at this body. Probably why I have a back injury. Say it in your head as you swing. Donut. All right, donut to your backstroke. And then, so we go donut to our backstroke, and then we should be able to say donut to finish. That's going to give us roughly our 2-to-1 motion. Ow. If you prefer a shorter, faster rhythm, you can use a 1-syllable word, dog, dog. Or you could use a longer, smoother swings. You could use a 3-syllable word, Virginia, Virginia. But again, if I say Virginia, Virginia, that's going to give me a well-timed and a well-rhythmed stroke. It is important to say the words silently in your head rather than out loud. When you speak it out, players often rush it and lose their natural rhythm. By consistently matching your internal cadence to your stroke, you'll maintain roughly that 2-to-1 ratio and develop a predictable, repeatable motion. Experiment with different words to see which matches your natural tempo. Let's focus in on short game. The 2-to-1 rhythm applies to your short game and shots around the green. 3-to-1 is actually your full swing, so short game mirrors putting much more than it does your full game. This ensures that your hands and club heads work together seamlessly. It's not about brute force, it's about control. Players often go wrong when they swing out of balance, accelerate incorrectly, or throw the club into a poor orbit. Maintaining rhythm allows you to control the club face and hit with a predictable loft, which is crucial if you want to have a consistent short game. I always start with the 2-syllable words with anybody I work with. Again, I love donuts, personal favorite, and I see how that feels with them. Over time, I will introduce different words, faster and slower, and see what the player likes best. Over time, you will gravitate towards a certain rhythm that suits you best. I recommend training in these 3 methods. I personally find what I like the best is a 2-syllable word. 65% of my training is inside of that. Then I go with a slower 3-syllable word, 25% of training. So I'm getting a longer, slower stroke. And then roughly 5 to 10% of the time, I'm working on a short, quicker stroke. This variability allows me to develop feels for different rhythms, but also prepares me for environmental adjustments like wind, grain, pin location, green speeds, things like that. So I might have to actually change my tempo of my swing. Rhythm is also inside of putting. The same principles apply. You apply the same 2-to-1 ratio to have a balanced strokes. Use syllables to find your rhythm and experiment with different words until you find the feels most natural. Once your rhythm is in place, focus on combining it with the right length of your stroke to dial in the distance control. So let's talk about length of stroke. Timing is only one part of the equation. The next step is mastering the length of the stroke. When timing and length are in harmony, you'll have total control over distance on and around the green. The worst thing you can do is rely solely on a stroke by changing the length. I'm going to tell you right now, we are not accurate enough to be able to change in length to hit certain distances. It's always going to be a blend of time and length together. For instance, a slightly longer stroke with correct rhythm can produce predictable results. Different lengths of strokes combined with consistent rhythm allow you to control distances at 10, 20, and 30 feet with precision. And this will be a huge drill we will talk about when we get out on the golf course. But before we get to that, I have to be able to operate. So in upcoming videos, I will share these techniques on blending length and time to optimize distance and control on and around the green. But what can you do in the meantime? This week, I'm going to give you a practice challenge. I want you to head out to the putting green this week and actually go work on your chipping and putting using the syllable method. So putting, we're going to be working on 10-footers only. So I want you to find a 10-foot putt, place a tee at 10 feet, and place another tee at 12 feet. Ideally, I want you to be able to roll the ball to 10 feet and just pass. We don't ever want to stop short of the hole on a 10-foot putt. And then what I want you to do is place your ball 10 feet from that tee, and then I want you to put tees at 8, 10, 12, 14, and 6 inches behind the ball outside of your target line. That way it's not interfering with your putting stroke. And you're going to use these as just kind of reference. And then I want you to experiment with the different words. So we're going to use dog, donut, or Virginia. Those are the ones that I use, but you can use whatever words you choose. And then you're going to sit there and try to put to 10 feet, pick a syllable word, and see what length of backstroke and through stroke do I need to hit to get to 10 feet. And then I'm going to track this combination over time to see which one gives me the most consistent roll and the best accuracy. And then I'm going to jot it down in my notebook. So maybe it's 12 inches back saying donut. Maybe it's 8 inches back saying dog. Maybe it's 16 inches back saying Virginia. Again, it's going to be completely up to you on what that ratio is. But once you find it, we're going to do a little bit of math and you'll be able to create a great training program from it. So that's my challenge for you on the actual putting green. We're going to do the same thing with chipping. I want you to go to a practice chipping area. I want a 20-yard shot because disproportionate most of your shots are going to be 20 yards and in on the golf course. And I want you to practice from a fairway lie or an intermediate rough lie. Nothing crazy, because if we add rough, that's going to add environmental issues, which is going to kind of break things down. So I want a good, clean lie. And again, I want you to experiment with syllables and stroke length, aiming for consistent trajectory and rollout. So instead of going a certain distance, maybe you will say, when I say Virginia, I go to waist high. When I go to donut, it's my back pocket. Maybe when I say dog, it's to my knee. So whatever piece I want to stop at. And again, so apply length to body parts, kind of where I'm trying to stop the club in distance to the syllable, and figure out what club, again, pick a club, I don't care which one, that you can hit 20, kind of a good standard 20-yard shot into the green using syllables and marking length with kind of off the body, kind of a clock system, what it feels like to hit at that distance. If you do that, jot it down in your notebook. Next week, we'll expand on that and show you how to really take that to next level training. Remember, rhythm and timing and length are the glue that holds your short game and putting together. Nail your ratio, combine it with the right stroke length, and you'll see your consistency and performance skyrocket. Practice this, and you will be one step closer to breaking 70 or your scoring goal. Thanks for tuning in to Breaking 70 Race Against Father Time. Hopefully I'll be able to join the race soon. And don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe for more tips inside of YouTube, Instagram, and of course going to GolfCask.com. Until next time, keep chasing those goals and enjoying the journey. See you on the golf course hopefully soon, and better yet at the 19th hole. Cheers, friends. Let's go.